Finding a solution to the state's budget crisis. All sides gather at the Capitol this afternoon, the first of several summit meetings. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm Scott McDonald.
I'm Ann Nyberg. The exploding state budget crisis became acute this week. The current year budget is about $400 million in the red, and next year's deficit is now projected to be at over $2 billion. And
tonight, all sides scrambling for some solutions. As usual, taxes are a hot topic. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Davis just back from the Capitol tonight and joins us live with more on this. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Scott, and good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Yes, believe it or not, the governor and legislative leaders from both political parties are on the same page as far as the first step in the state budget solution. And they say that first step is up to the state employee unions. The ritual of all the legislative leaders coming to the governor's office for the final budget negotiations has been a familiar sight in the past, but things have never been this desperate. After an hour, they emerged and agreed on one thing. A minimum of $700 million in state employee concessions is a must.
That piece is even more essential now than it was before, because as the overall deficit is larger, that piece of it is absolutely crucial. The governor said that they're still working on that. They're not there yet.
Earlier today, the Speaker of the House asked and answered what can only be described as the $100 million question at the Capitol.
Are we going to raise taxes here in the state of Connecticut? I would imagine we do in some way, shape, or form. But what form that takes on over the next few weeks is going to be very important.
This cannot be a revenue-driven discussion. I've acknowledged many times that revenue might be part of it, but it's not a revenue-driven decision. We need to get our economic houses in order.
Now, a schedule for more of these talks is now being worked out. A legislative leader telling News 8 they are waiting for some budget-cutting figures from the governor's budget office before they can proceed. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.